Season 13 of NCIS has been going well, with twists and turns and storylines that we never expected. It's a really good season, and we can't really complain except for the fact that one of our favorite characters is missing. Fans are absolutely gutted that one of the show's most loved characters can't join us. Who are we talking about, and why are they missing? Find out by watching this video, so let's get into it. Firstly, who is the missing actor? Ever since the premiere of Season 13, we've seen less and less of Linda Hetty. She is one of the original cast members, so of course her absence does not go unnoticed. She did make an appearance during the premiere, but that was the last we saw of her this season. Hetty returned under tense circumstances, only to butt heads with Admiral Hollis Kilbride. It seems like she was back to tie up some loose ends. Hetty was planning to go back to Syria, as she told the Admiral. We don't really know what she's up to or when she'll be back. She has a thing for popping up and disappearing, but the team did hear about her being present at the site of a US drone strike in Syria. Apparently, she was meeting a target. Callum thinks she might have been the one behind the strike, but from what we heard from Harris Keene, a friend of Hetty's, and her Overwatch, for the mission, she was negotiating for the release of some of her people. All in all, we don't know what's really going on with her, and it seems like it might be like that for a while. Why is Hetty Lang not making an appearance? It might be tempting to chalk up Hetty's disappearance to the nature of her work, or just the way the story needs to progress, but the real reason is pretty heartbreaking, as it has something to do with the ongoing pandemic. With Linda Hutt being 77 years old, it's not safe for her to be on set. She definitely belongs to the vulnerable and high-risk groups, and naturally, the directions and crew don't want her to risk unnecessary exposure. It's also the reason for Linda's disappearance during Season 12. She wasn't completely gone, like she is in Season 13, but she did make as many appearances as before. Showrunner R Scott Gemmill confirmed to TV Line in an interview that Linda was away this season due to COVID. They were just trying to keep her safe. Though Linda did make a surprise appearance in the Season 12 finale, he explained that it was only possible since she had received both her vaccines. Linda didn't enjoy being away from set, as Scott revealed that she hadn't interacted with anyone for so long and was thrilled to return to shoot the finale. When will she return? Naturally, the question most fans have been asking is when will their favorite return? COVID isn't going away anytime soon. To err on the side of caution, the network isn't going to have Linda return anytime soon. In fact, she won't be making a comeback until the premiere of Season 14. As Gemmill sat down during the NCIS Paley Fest panel, he explained that her story continues. Right now, the plan is to follow up on her storyline next year with some sort of reveal. It seems like we can expect her to return for more than one episode in Season 14. It's honestly what the fans deserve as well, since they won't be seeing it for one whole season. However, until that time comes, we'll just have to wait. Now that we've talked about that, let's dig into other NCIS news. NCIS LA referenced Leroy Gibbs. NCIS crossovers do happen, but not as much as we'd like them to, which was why it was very surprising for Marty Deeks to reference Leroy Gibbs in the recent episode that he had directed. The recent episode 19 of Season 13 of the show started off with Kenzie and Deeks learning about certain envelopes that they could only open with everyone present at the workplace. These envelopes apparently had a check for $10,000 from Eric Beale, who asked them to spend it and not put it in the bank. Eric explained that he missed the crew and just wanted to bring them happiness by sharing his wealth. After reading the letter, Deeks commented, maybe he was inspired by Gibbs. If you've been watching NCIS as well, you'll know that earlier in episode 10 of this season, Timothy McGree and Dr. Jimmy Palmer received $10,000. As director Leon Vance explained that they had received the money as part of the Leroy Jethro Gibbs College Scholarship Club. Apparently, Gibbs had started the fund in the name of his daughter Kelly, but he didn't close it after she died, and instead kept adding to it. Of course, that brings into question how Deeks would know about it. Have he and Tony DiNozzo been keeping up ever since Tony's visit to LA in Blame It on Rio, Season 7, Episode 5? We'll never really know, but it was still nice to see the show remembering Gibbs long after his departure. No NCIS this week. While Episode 19 of Season 13 was well received by audiences, they're desperate for the next one. Unfortunately, much to a lot of fans' disappointment, we're not getting an NCIS episode next week. Even though we just came off one hiatus, it seems like we're moving on to another one. Episode 20 of Season 13 will air on Monday, April 16th at its usual 9 p.m. Central Time slot. The reason for the hiatus is not known. We're down to the last 3 episodes of the season, after which the show will be off for the summer. Guess fans might as well get used to it. NCIS puts the spotlight on Sean Murray's fatherhood. In the latest episode, we get to see more of Sean Murray as a father. In the Brat Pack, Sean questions his own parenting choices as he deals with a bunch of teenagers at his workplace. Right from the start of the episode, McGee is worried about his 4-year-old daughter, who insists on wearing a princess dress to school every day. His anxiety is worsened as the team brings in a bunch of teenagers who had broken into a house to throw a party. Sean asks himself if this is where his daughter is headed, from refusing to take off the princess dress to committing felonies. As for why a bunch of teenagers were on NCIS's radar, well, it might have something to do with the fact that these kids were able to break into a house with locks that had QR codes changing every second. At first, they think it's Noah who was caught caught breaking into the house on camera, but it's pretty obvious that given his IQ, it's not him. He does point the team to Tegan, who's being played by Sean's daughter, Kay Ryan Murray. We then get to see McGee and Tegan bond over being military brats. Things take a turn for the worse as the house blows up with the lieutenant inside. As the team rushes to catch the real man behind it all, McGee and Tegan end up bonding. Before the two parted ways, McGee tells her that if his daughter is anything like him, he'll be proud. Tegan reciprocates the good feelings as she tells him that her daughter is lucky to have him as a dad. Knight joins in on the wholesome moment as she points towards Tegan and her mother reuniting and says that's McGee's future. Overall, it was an episode for the books, one that shined a light on McGee's parenting skills. Katrina Law joins the new werewolf horror thriller Year 2. It seems like one of NCIS's resident actors is off to join new things. Apparently, Katrina Law, who plays Jessica Knight on the show, has signed a deal to star in the horror thriller Year 2 with Stephen C. Miller as director. She'll be starring alongside Frank Grillo. If you've watched the film, you'd know that a year ago, the supermoon event activated a latent gene that caused everyone to turn into a werewolf. It was a night of chaos and death, and now it's back. Katrina will be taking on the role of a brilliant geneticist, Dr. Amy Chen. Her character will be joining Grillo's character as the two take on the mission to save their dearest. Miles Nestle, who's known for his work on Blacklight, and Craig Chapman, who's directed Honest Thief, will be Year 2's producer. The movie will be going into production this month. Law only recently joined NCIS as a regular female lead. We did see her on NCIS Hawaii a couple of times, and it seems like we'll be seeing more of her with this new movie. Fans honestly couldn't be more thrilled. Year 1 was received well by audiences all over. It opened at number 4 at the US box office on opening weekend. It grossed an overall $43 million in US ticket sales and $19 million worldwide. What do you think of Linda being gone for this season? Do you miss her? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos. We'll see you next time on another video. Bye now.